It was a night in Soho like no other. The kind of night that makes even the most seasoned socialites swallow hard and wonder if they should have stayed home. Picture this: flashing neon signs, velvet ropes, whispered conversations behind smoke-filled lounges, and the unmistakable feeling that someone, somewhere, knows more than you do. In this whirlwind of glamour and secrecy, two figures emerged at the center of the rumor mill. Meghan Markle, the actress turned global sensation, and Ghislaine Maxwell, the ever-enigmatic socialite whose presence always hinted at layers of intrigue no one could fully unpack. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. The stories swirling around them are enough to make anyone do a double take. But before we dive in, let's pause and ask, what is it about Soho nights, luxury, and high-profile personalities that makes gossip irresistible? Is it the thrill of the unknown, or the subtle power plays hidden behind champagne flutes and designer heels? And speaking of power plays, that's exactly what set the scene for a night that insiders are still talking about. The night that changed everything. Imagine walking into a club where the velvet ropes are just the tip of the iceberg. The air hums with tension, music pulses like a heartbeat, and eyes dart around, scanning for someone who knows a little too much. Meghan Markle was there, radiant, poised, but with a hint of apprehension in her step. And then, across the room, Ghislaine Maxwell appeared, not loudly, not flamboyantly, but in a way that made everyone suddenly aware that this night would not be ordinary. Whispers began to circulate. Who's talking to whom? And what secrets are floating just beneath the surface? In Soho, these whispers carry weight. A casual glance, a sudden departure, a quietly dropped name. Each can spark speculation that lasts for days, sometimes weeks. And in that world, fear isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, a hand twitch, a blink too long, a laugh that doesn't quite reach the eyes. For Meghan, it was one of those nights. You could feel it in the tension around her. A mix of excitement, anxiety, and the kind of nerves that come when you're aware that someone in the room knows more than you do. But what could have possibly made her glance over her shoulder and freeze, just for a second, in the middle of Soho's chaos? The answer, insiders say, wasn't just the paparazzi. It was the stories Ghislaine was rumored to be ready to reveal. Ghislaine Maxwell has long been a figure who walks the line between fascination and fear. To some, she's the ultimate socialite, the woman with access to every elite circle, the name that carries weight and whispers alike. To others, she's a mystery wrapped in scandal, someone whose private knowledge has made powerful people nervous for decades. So when she appeared on air, or in this case, in the media's eye, the anticipation was electric. What would she say? What stories would finally see the light of day? There's a special kind of tension when someone who knows the inner workings of the social elite speaks publicly. Even a seemingly innocuous anecdote can be twisted into headlines, memes, and viral clips. And for Meghan Markle, being at the center of that tension, in the glare of Soho's nightlife and the public imagination, created a pressure that was almost tangible. We have to ask ourselves, what is it about high-profile personalities that makes us watch, analyze, and obsess over every glance, every whisper, every nuance of behavior? Is it the allure of drama, or a reflection of our own curiosity about fame, power, and secrecy? There's a reason Soho has always had a reputation for both glamour and danger. It's the energy, the unpredictability of who will appear, what rumors will spread, and how quickly a private moment can become public conversation. For celebrities like Meghan, the line between freedom and scrutiny is razor thin. One wrong glance, one poorly timed laugh, or a subtle reaction can be magnified, dissected, and replayed in ways that feel impossible to escape. According to insiders, Meghan's apprehension that night wasn't about photographers or tabloids. It was about anticipation, the kind that builds when you know someone else might have knowledge about moments from your past that you hoped would remain private. It's human, really. Even the most confident, composed figures can have moments of hesitation when confronted with the possibility of exposure. And for those of us observing from the outside, there's an undeniable pull. We lean in, curious, hungry for context. Why did she react that way? What could Maxwell reveal? And perhaps most intriguingly, What lessons can we take from these high-pressure social situations? How can anyone, celebrity or not, maintain composure when secrets threaten to unravel? Lessons in navigating high-stakes social pressure. Before we dive back into the unfolding drama, let's pause for a moment. Soho, celebrity culture, elite social circles. Sure, they sound glamorous, but they also provide insight into human behavior under pressure. And we can take lessons from it, even if we're not walking velvet ropes or speaking to socialites. Confidence is key, but awareness matters. Even Meghan, known for her poise, showed that situational awareness is critical. In high-stakes environments, being alert to social cues can help you navigate tricky situations without overreacting. Timing your reactions can save you. Sometimes it's not about what you say, but when you say it or don't say it. A pause, a smile, or even a deliberate look away can diffuse tension or protect your position in a conversation. Understand the power of narrative. In social circles or workplaces, the narrative often matters more than facts. Being mindful of how others perceive your actions can help you steer outcomes subtly. And just when we think we've got the hang of it, Soho's unpredictable energy throws a curveball, reminding us that even the best-laid strategies can be disrupted. Which brings us back to that night, the moment everyone was waiting for. As the night progressed, the whispers grew louder. Ghislaine's presence was magnetic, drawing attention without trying. Conversations seemed to pause when she entered a room. Insiders claimed she had stories, old tales, unexplored rumors, and high-stakes secrets that could reshape the public perception of anyone in her orbit. Meghan, aware of this magnetic pull, reportedly experienced a mix of apprehension and resolve. She had built a persona of confidence, intelligence, and charm. But even the strongest personas have moments of vulnerability. And in Soho's charged atmosphere, with neon lights bouncing off mirrored walls, it became clear that every glance, every movement, and every expression was being watched, not just by the crowd, but by the energy of the night itself. The tension builds, doesn't it? It's in these moments that we realize drama isn't always loud. Sometimes it's subtle, a glance over the shoulder, a nervous laugh, a brief moment of hesitation. And the question that lingers is, how will Meghan navigate the intensity, and what will the night ultimately reveal? So what can we, mere mortals far from the glamour and tension of Soho, learn from these high-profile moments? Beyond the spectacle, there are universal truths about human behavior, social navigation, and emotional intelligence. Even the confident have nerves. Public image can mask private tension, but the pressure is real for everyone. Preparation meets unpredictability. No matter how much you prepare, unpredictable dynamics, rumors, secrets, energy in a room can change everything in an instant. Emotional intelligence is a survival skill. Reading the room, adjusting your behavior, and protecting your composure is as valuable in corporate boardrooms as it is in celebrity hotspots. And here's the kicker. Just when you think you've mastered the dynamics of the room, life, or Soho throws you a curveball. That's when the real lessons happen. What keeps us glued to these stories? Is it curiosity, schadenfreude, or the thrill of high-stakes human drama? There's something universally compelling about watching people navigate pressure, secrecy, and social hierarchy. The stakes might not be life and death, but the emotions, fear, excitement, anticipation, feel entirely real. In a way, Soho is a microcosm of life. Unpredictable, fast-paced, glamorous, and sometimes terrifying. Watching Meghan and Ghislaine maneuver through it reminds us of our own social dramas. Even if our stakes are smaller, office politics, family dinners, or social gatherings. So, what can we take from Soho's wild nights, celebrity intrigue, and the charged tension between figures like Meghan Markle and Ghislaine Maxwell? Here's the bottom line. Confidence, awareness, and emotional intelligence are universal tools. Even the most glamorous lives have moments of fear and vulnerability. Social dynamics can teach us lessons about timing, perception, and strategy. And if there's one final takeaway, it's this. Curiosity is human, but so is resilience. We watch, we learn, we relate. Whether we're navigating Soho or our own lives, the lessons of poise under pressure, careful observation, and strategic action are always relevant. Now it's your turn. What would you do if you were in Meghan's shoes that night? Would you navigate the tension with calm, confront the rumors head-on, or retreat to the shadows? Share your thoughts, strategies, or wildest Soho stories in the comments. Because sometimes, the most valuable lessons come from observing, reflecting,